Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, ChrissieGirl. Initially I had sort of already recorded, my narration for this part, but, well, this and that happened and I have to do it again. Basically, I do not know why I recorded it. I saved the file, but for whatever reason, Movie Maker did not save the file properly.
What's going on?
Basically, it didn't even play back a second. The file just didn't work. I don't know what the hell went wrong. But yeah, I went to resave it, as I would usually do, but lo and behold, I accidentally ended up deleting it because I expected Movie Maker to save the file properly. And this has happened with two parts, this part and part 13. So, for the record, I have a Windows 7, but I use the older Vista model of Windows Movie Maker, but I've never had a problem with it until now. I've never had that happen to me before. It's always worked perfectly, and I've, considering the amount of videos that's up on VG Playthrough, it's quite astonishing that it had to happen. But I did keep the narration. I tried syncing it up to the picture, but it wasn't working out so well, and I just couldn't be fucked. So I thought, easier just to record another narration. I can't be faffed. So anyway, enough about that. This is Kingdom Valley, second to last stage. Quite a long stage. Not my favourite stage, but I'll take it over the one that we're going to tackle next, in the next part, which is Aquatic Base. Pretty sure some people will probably remember this stage was demoed, and I do not know how I missed that one up. Bollocks. That was my fault. I admit it. I'll raise my hands. It was completely my fault on that one. There are two routes you can take with this. I'm just going to take this route. Now I got a one-up. Decent little shortcut. Right, coming up to this part here. Try not to hit this dash pad, because you'll likely end up falling off the ledge and dying. I don't necessarily have to kill these robots, I'm just doing it because generally I was meant to go straight up there, but I ballsed that one up, so going down here just to get back up. We're nearly at the end of the first segment. This is a nice little shortcut you can take. And this is the first segment of Kingdom Valley completed. There are 3 more segments after this. The second segment is a pretty annoying segment in my opinion, and you're about to see why. Let's just put it this way. I don't mind playing as Tails or Knuckles in Sonic Story because they're his amigos. They don't have their own stories. However, you probably already could tell this from the beginning cutscene, even though I was waffling on about something completely different. You probably already got a very good idea who we're going to play as next. Just why? Why do we need to play as Silver when he's got his own bloody story? And you can play as him there. Right, Silver plays a bit differently to Sonic. He's very slow for one thing. And he uses psychokinesis, to attack enemies and get around places. But seriously, why do I need to play as Silver when he's got his own story in this game that you're going to be spending most of the time playing as him? You know, with the odd couple of bits playing as Blaze and Amy. Right, I will admit I didn't know what the hell I was doing on this part. I may have mentioned it before, I haven't played this game in yonks. And I was lucky. So I was trying to like go back and forth because I didn't think I'd be able to make that platform. But yeah, that's where I've got to go, but getting there's a different matter. Little tip for, you know, playing as Silver. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it, you see. Little tip for playing as Silver. When you're gliding, if you just hold the button down, your meter will drain. I think the game design is intended for you to play it that way. I'm not entirely sure. But if you tap the button while you're in the air gliding, your meter goes down a lot slower and you can actually travel just a little bit further. Just a little tip. But I never actually used it in this, you know. Oh. Pity I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing here. But yeah, you can't glide and hold something at the same time. And I forgot that. Rather stupidly. But yeah, this is where you gotta go over here. Dodge these fucking missiles. Kill. Yeah. You're probably already wondering, if you play as Silver in Sonic Story, do you play as Silver in Shadow Story? Yes, you do. You play as Silver in Shadow Story. You play as Sonic and Shadow, you know, at different separate points in Silver Story. You don't play as Shadow in Sonic Story, but you don't play as Shadow in Sonic Story. Did I already? Oh, bleh. You don't play as, you know, either one of them, but you do have to play as Silver in both stories, which is kind of like, thanks for forcing him down our throats, Sega. Meh, I think as far as all the characters go in this, Silver's not the worst one to play as, and I never really got that hatred. I mean, especially when you compare the gameplay to characters who have been existing in the franchise forever. You know, I feel worse for them than some bloody new hedgehog who's really only just come into it. Right, with Silver you'll also find these little spots on the floor. You can activate switches. Right. Well, not switches, I suppose you can actually summon things to help you get to another area. Ah, joy. Kill robots in order to proceed. How boring. See, that's one of the cool things I do like about Silver. You can catch their own weapons and throw them back at them. And you can also, if you stun the robots, use them as weapons. Which is kind of cool. Oh, fucking hell. Throw another one down my throat, why don't ya? Sometimes the aiming's on this is a bit off. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! See, there's so many missiles on the screen that it sort of started to lag. And always, one thing I've noticed on this stage, when the door opens it lags. Right, let's just walk down these steps and then we're done for with Silver until, well, Silver segment in Shadow Story, I suppose. But we won't actually play as him through, you know, for entire stages until his own story. Well, thank God. I mean, he's not the worst character to play as, but I'd rather be playing as Sonic or Shadow, even if their controls are a bit ski with. What am I talking about? All the controls are ski with for all the characters. Right, we're back with Sonic now for the rest of the stage. Just gotta follow the egg carrier now. So, I think this segment should be called the Destroy Robots in Order to Proceed part. Well, that probably wasn't an amusing name, but it's true. You often find yourself in places where you need to destroy robots in order to proceed. Either that or it's just that I really, really notice those segments more than anything. Shortcut! You often find yourself in these sort of rooms where you've got all these robots, and if you want to get to the next place you want to go to, you have to kill the robots. They're not difficult to kill, it's annoying. Oh, as always with these robots, so they don't have arms, they go down much quicker. Right. Let's bounce our way out of this room. There's only one more segment after this one. You probably already guessed it's a Mark Speed section. Bounce on that roof, Sonic. Okay. More enemies. Again, gotta destroy all of them if we want to get anywhere. Gotta make sure we destroy every last one of them. Even the slightly hidden ones. Lag. Okay. This segment can be quite annoying if you don't get it right. This little bit here. Yeah, that, if you don't make that, you die. Or you could land back on the rope. That's a sensible thing to do. And I know I'm going to die here. Because Sonic's not as dainty as Silver. All those stairs, all those bricks, they crumble underneath his weight. Unlike Silver, who's really, really dainty, light as a feather. Sonic is one heavy bastard. And, you know, I'm surprised that he can't make it across those stairs, you know, before they crumble down. I mean, he's supposed to be the fastest thing alive. And yet you have Silver, who's as slow as anything, who just walks down those stairs and doesn't have anything to worry about. Alright, we're nearly at the end of segment number 3. Who cares about the gold? That silver medal. Nearly said gold. The silver. It's silver. Silver! Oh, fuck. Have we spoken about that bloody hedgehog enough already? Right. That was an easy defeat. Getting ready for the last and final section. Guess what it is? Take a few guesses. Well, I've already mentioned it already. It's a Mark Speed section. So why am I even asking you to guess? I mean, I've already mentioned what it is. Right. Not as hard as Crisis City. But, you know, it has its moments. I think a lot of the deaths that I commit here are basically my fault. But yeah, you never know. Jump. 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 See, this little bit here can sort of be kind of confusing when the platform sort of goes back to being straight. Mainly because of the controls. Let's see. Death number 1. Okie dokie. Robots won't do anything to you, but that's generally the case in all Mark Speed sections. They're stupid enough to fly into scenery and blow themselves up. Sounds just like a Mega Man robot, doesn't it? Oh. Forgive my yawning, people. I am tired. But it is nearly 10-20 minutes until 11 in the morning. I have no intention of going back to sleep. I want to finish this. Finish it now. And I can upload Sonic Story. That's done. I can then upload the next playthrough to VG Playthrough. Get that over and done with. Because who knows when I'm actually going to get off my arse and finish recording the next one I'm doing. And then I think I died again. And I'll be able to do Shadow and Silver, the last story, and at least get this playthrough commentated on. But at the same time, I want to get all my playthroughs without commentary up, so I don't have to worry about going on without have to worry about going on VG Playthrough for a while. I can focus on this channel, which is getting severely neglected at the moment. I'm not too worried about getting the 3 lives, and I really wouldn't recommend anyone playing this, you know, to be worried about getting them as well, unless you're really super skilled. The controls in this game will deny you the 3 lives. And that is the geek talking. I probably could have got that one up, but I could be fucked. Now watch as I screw this segment up again. Or do I make it this time? I can't remember. So I find it funny how he just goes up, and I remember actively trying to get him to go down during that point, and he just would not go down. I mean, I'm sorry, but do you really think that makes a good game? It does not. There is no excuse for that. Either that's a glitch. I think it must be a glitch. There was no excuse for that, really. None whatsoever. But anyway, I actually did make it this time. That's Kingdom Valley. Over and done with. At least until we get to Shadow's story. Then it's going to be fun. So without further ado, I'll take my pathetic C rank. And see you guys in the next part, which is part 11. It won't be a very long part 11. It's just a bunch of cutscenes and stuff leading up to the next stage, Aquatic Base. But anyway, you can still look forward to that, I suppose. So without further ado, I'm signing out. Not literally. I'll see you guys in the next. Enjoy the next part. See you later.